Being the chosen one seems like the ultimate dream, right? You're the hero destined to save the world, blessed with extraordinary powers and abilities. But let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are hidden challenges that no one talks about, obstacles that could shake even the mightiest of heroes. From battling internal doubts and navigating isolation to facing relentless opposition and balancing heavy responsibilities, the journey is anything but easy. These hidden struggles shape your journey just as much as your victories. But how do you stay true to yourself and trust the unpredictable path ahead? Well, stick around to uncover the 6 unspoken challenges you must overcome as a chosen one and discover how to turn these obstacles into stepping stones. Number 1. Internal doubts and insecurities. As the chosen one, you'd think you'd be brimming with confidence 24/7. But here's the truth bomb. Even the most fated heroes deal with a nagging inner critic. You might find yourself thinking, why me? Am I really cut out for this? What if I majorly screw up? But don't worry, it's completely normal to feel unsure of yourself sometimes. The key is not letting those doubts consume you. Instead of obsessing over everything that could go wrong, focus on taking small steps forward. Celebrate your progress, no matter how tiny. Surround yourself with a supportive crew who believe in you, even when you're struggling to believe in yourself. Remember, being chosen doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Messing up is part of the journey. Whenever that pesky self-doubt creeps in, take a deep breath and remind yourself, you were chosen for a reason. You've got this, champ. Now I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done, right? Trust me, I get it. Silencing your inner critic takes practice and patience. Start by paying attention to your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, challenge that thought. Ask yourself, is this really true, or am I being too hard on myself? Another tip is to embrace your quirks and imperfections. They're what make you uniquely you, and that's precisely why you were chosen in the first place. Your flaws don't define you, they're just part of your story. And as the chosen one, your story is bound to be filled with doubts and insecurities. Number 2. Navigating loneliness and isolation. Being the chosen one can be quite a lonely journey at times, whether it's because of your unique responsibilities, talents, or the expectations placed on you. This can lead to feelings of isolation. You might find it hard to relate to others who don't share the same experiences or pressures. This sense of being different can create a barrier, making it difficult to connect on a deeper level with friends, family, or colleagues. But just because you're the chosen one doesn't mean you have to go it alone. In fact, trying to tackle everything solo is a surefire recipe for burnout and frustration. It's okay. Scratch that. It's essential to reach out for support when you need it. Start by building a trustworthy inner circle. These are the people who have your back no matter what, the ones you can count on for a pep talk, a listening ear, or a much-needed reality check. They might not fully understand the intricacies of your chosen one journey, but they'll be there to cheer you on every step of the way. Remember too that loneliness and isolation are often a matter of perspective. When you're feeling disconnected, try shifting your focus outward. Look for ways to make a positive impact no matter how small. And on those days when the loneliness feels all-consuming, don't be afraid to take a step back and recharge. Engage in activities that bring you joy and peace, whether that's spending time in nature, losing yourself in a good book, or pursuing a creative hobby. By filling your cup, you'll be better equipped to handle the challenges that come with being the chosen one. Number 3. Facing resistance and opposition. As the chosen one, you're destined to shake things up and challenge the status quo. But something about change is that it rarely met with open arms. In fact, you can pretty much guarantee that you'll face resistance and opposition at every turn. Facing opposition can be incredibly discouraging. It's frustrating to have your ideas or capabilities questioned, especially when you're putting in the effort to make a difference. This resistance can take many forms: negative comments, lack of support, or even active sabotage. These challenges can make you feel like you're constantly swimming against the tide, and it can be tempting to give up. But the good news? Facing resistance is a sign that you're on the right track. It means you're pushing boundaries, thinking outside the box, and daring to be different. And that, my friend, is exactly what being the chosen one is all about. So how do you deal with the haters and the obstacles that stand in your way? First, stay true to yourself and your mission. Don't let others' opinions or criticisms sway you from your path. Remember why you were chosen in the first place, and let that purpose fuel your determination to keep going. Next, focus on building resilience. Understand that setbacks and failures are a natural part of the journey and use them as opportunities to learn and grow. Surround yourself with a supportive community who believes in you and your vision, and lean on them when the going gets tough. At the end of the day, keep your head held high, your eyes on the prize, and your heart open to the possibilities that lie ahead. Number 4, balancing responsibility and self-care. Juggling numerous responsibilities is part and parcel of being a chosen one. Whether it's leading a team, managing a project, or being a role model, these demands can be overwhelming. The pressure to excel can push you to work long hours, constantly strive for perfection, and put others' needs before your own. While dedication is admirable, it's essential to remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but there's so much to do, I can't possibly take a break. And I get it. The pressure to keep going can be intense, but trust me when I say that burnout is not a badge of honor. In fact, it's a surefire way to sabotage your mission and your well-being. So how do you find the balance between responsibility and self-care? Start by setting boundaries. Learn to say no to tasks or commitments that don't align with your goals or values. Delegate when possible, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Effective delegation can be a win-win, fostering growth and trust within your team or community. Next, make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. Block out time in your schedule for activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Whether it's meditation, exercise, or simply taking a few deep breaths, find what works for you and make it a priority. And remember, self-care isn't just about bubble baths and face masks, although those are great too. It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion, even when you're feeling the pressure to push harder. It's about recognizing that you're human, not a superhero, and giving yourself permission to rest and recharge. Remember, it's not about achieving perfect equilibrium, but rather about making small, consistent choices that prioritize your well-being. Number 5, embracing vulnerability and authenticity. As a chosen one, there's often an expectation to be strong, confident, and flawless at all times. However, this can create a facade that distances you from others and even from your true self. But something you didn't know is that vulnerability and authenticity are not weaknesses, they're superpowers. Embracing vulnerability means having the courage to show up as your true self, even when it's scary or uncomfortable. It means being honest about your struggles and challenges, and not being afraid to ask for help when you need it. It means letting go of the need to be perfect and allowing yourself to be seen as the beautifully flawed and human chosen one that you are. Now, I know you might be thinking, but if I'm vulnerable, won't people see me as weak? And the answer is a resounding no. In fact, vulnerability is a sign of strength. It takes guts to be real, to own your story, and to show up authentically in a world that often rewards pretense and perfection. So how do you embrace vulnerability and authenticity in your chosen one journey? Well, start by getting comfortable with discomfort. Understand that growth and change often require stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that's okay. Lean into the awkwardness and trust that you'll come out stronger on the other side. Next, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you stumble or fall short, because trust me, you will. Remember that you're not alone in your struggles and that every chosen one faces challenges and setbacks along the way. So take a deep breath, let down your guard, and let your true self shine through. The world needs your authentic, vulnerable, and perfectly imperfect self, now more than ever. Number 6, trusting the journey and surrendering to the unknown. As a chosen one, you often find yourself in situations where the path ahead is unclear. There's a strong desire to control every aspect of your journey, to have all the answers, and to know exactly where you're headed. However, the reality is that life is full of uncertainties and unexpected twists. Learning to trust the journey and surrender to the unknown is crucial for your growth and peace of mind. Trusting the journey means having faith in the process, even when things don't go as planned. It's about understanding that setbacks and detours are part of the adventure, not signs of failure. Every experience, whether positive or negative, offers valuable lessons that shape who you are and where you're going. Surrendering to the unknown can be daunting, but it's essential for moving forward. It involves letting go of the need to control every detail and being open to new possibilities. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up. Rather, it's about being flexible and adaptable. Trust that things will unfold as they're meant to, and be willing to adjust your plans as needed. To cultivate this mindset, start by focusing on what you can control: your actions, attitudes, and responses. Set your goals and intentions, but be open to the journey, taking unexpected routes. It's also important to reflect on past experiences where things didn't go as planned, but ultimately worked out for the best. These reflections can reinforce your belief that the journey, with all its uncertainties, can lead to positive outcomes. Keeping a journal can be a helpful way to track these reflections and recognize patterns of growth and resilience. Remember, trusting the journey and surrendering to the unknown is a continuous practice. It's natural to feel apprehensive, but with time you'll become more comfortable with uncertainty. And there you have it. So which of these unspoken challenges resonates most with you, and how are you planning to overcome them? Comment down below. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more enlightening content.